happened today when I went shopping and I bought a lot at the same time. I'm not sorry.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a teacher haul to show all the things I've bought so far for my classroom this year. Some of these things are going to be storage items, some will be things to use for the kids, and other things will be to keep me happy throughout the year. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about are composition notebooks. I bought about 20 of these because I wanted to make sure I had enough for all my students, because sometimes I'll have students who don't bring them in at all, or I have some students who bring in maybe one or two when they need to bring in more, and I want to make sure everybody has what they need. The next thing I bought were a bunch of scissors and glue, because I learned last year as a first year teacher, a lot of my kids needed these and they didn't bring them in, or instead of bringing them in, they would keep them at home thinking they needed them there when they didn't. So that's something I wanted to make sure that I have plenty of. And another thing I learned that I needed plenty of was erasers. Your kids will eat these up in seconds. I barely had enough of these for the first half of the year, so I needed these a lot, and I made sure I got some. I didn't buy pencils just because I have a lot at school already, and I can, hopefully parents will bring some in, and then I can always get a couple more if I need them here or there. The next thing I want to talk about is Fun Friday Centers. Now, I didn't do this last year, but I wanted to do it this year because the other teachers who did it said their students really enjoyed it. Basically, at our school on Fridays, we have only half a day, and the kids get out at 1. So from 12 to 1, the other teachers would let their students play at Fun Friday Centers. So this year, I wanted to make sure I did that. So for my Fun Friday Centers, the first thing I got were like the knockoff Barbie dolls. So I have about 6 of these, and the girls can play with them, they can change their outfits, and I thought that was something that the girls would enjoy to do. For the boys, I can get that as a bag, I got dinosaurs. Who doesn't want to play with the dinosaur and, attack their friends with them? For both students, whether they're boys or girls, I got a Play-Doh set. And then I don't have it yet, but I'm going to buy some knockoff brand Legos for them to build with. Another thing I got for my students for in the classroom is this chair from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's a club chair, and I'm going to put this in my classroom library. I only have one chair in there right now because the other one I had broke. So now I have 2 chairs and a bench, which will give more room for the kids to read when it's guided reading time. The next category is going to be things that I bought either to help me throughout the day or specifically this item, things I bought to make me happy. So this is a marquee sign. The Letter Classroom has one of these, and I bought this because, 1, saw it, loved it, wanted it, but also I'm really excited to use this to make signs for when parents come in, such as open house night, or just to kind of make the day a little bit brighter for me and my students. For example, I plan to use this to do different things throughout the week. We did a Turned Up Tuesday last year where I played a Go Noodle video for everybody before we got started for the day. The kids loved that, and I thought maybe, not every day, maybe every day, I would do a little sign to get the kids excited. Or you can do it for the different holidays. Along with my marquee sign, I bought this mega pack because the marquee sign that I bought at Michael's didn't come with the letters. I bought these letters because I liked how they were the different colors, and then I bought the icon pack that had all the emojis. So it has different faces, it has different foods, different sports, it has, some shapes, it has the holidays, so you can really use this for anything. The next thing I bought were these Mr. Sketch scented markers, and I remember back when I was in first grade, our teacher would let us use these sometimes, and I would try to smell them, and then I'd accidentally poke my nose with the marker. But I wanted to do these to do anchor charts. I don't do them very often. I'd like to get into a better habit of doing them, or I can use them for different things to do the kids' behavior trackers. And the other thing I got, I saw this idea on Pinterest. Somebody took dry erase circles and then put it on their guided reading table so the kids could write at it, and I really liked that idea, so I saw these at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I wanted to buy them, so I got them. Another thing I got for myself to kind of give me a little pep-me-up every time I see it is this sign that I found at the Hobby Lobby. And it says, "Today's good mood is brought to you by coffee," because coffee always makes me happy. found these 3 books at the Cracker Barrel. I found 5-Minute Pete the Cat stories because it's a really easy story for kids who are, not on level yet to read, especially with my first graders. I also got Pete the Cat the First Thanksgiving because I don't have a lot of Thanksgiving Day books. I have a lot of Christmas books, I have a lot of Halloween books, but not a lot of Thanksgiving, so I need to get some more. And then I also got this Little Critter Fall Storybook Collection, so I have a couple of books now. There's some books that I bought for my classroom, but they're already in my classroom. So those books are Dragons Love Tacos, The Day the Crayons Quit, The Day the Crayons Came Home, I Am Amelia Earhart, and I Am Albert Einstein. I really love the I Am series by Brad Meltzer. I first found those books through Pocketful of Primary, and my kids love those books. So much that I had a student who decided to hoard them all in her desk so nobody else could read them. So, yeah, they liked them. They would love when I read the books also. And when I was teaching summer camp this year, we did a week on American figures. And so I had my students partner up, and then they had to pick an American figure, and some of them were able to use the I Am books that I had in my classroom to help them with their research. So I really recommend those books if you're looking for books about American figures. He has 2 more coming out, I Am Gandhi and I Am Sacagawea, and then in January in 2018, I'm excited about this book. He is going to be bringing out I Am Harriet Tubman, so much that I have already pre-ordered it, and I'm okay to admit that because I'm really excited for it. These next 2 purchases are things that I've seen other teachers talking about on YouTube, and so I decided to buy them for myself. So the first thing I bought, and it's not the exact one that they had, but both Genuine Teaching and The Letter to Classroom talked about getting the boxes where they would put in like either task cards or flashcards. So I found these 2 at Michael's, and I liked them because they were big enough for the addition and subtraction flashcards I have in my classroom. So I bought these 2. And another thing I bought, this was Genuine Teaching's idea, is from the Dollar General. She bought these microfiber facial pads to use to wipe off the erase boards. And I didn't have any type of erasers for my kids last year, and they would just either use a tissue or they would just wipe it on the carpet. So they're going to use these next year, and that's going to be very helpful for me. The next thing I'm going to talk about are storage items. So I have 3 things to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about are these bins I got from Michael's. So these were actually part of the dollar deal when I bought them today, and they were $7 each. But what I like is that it has this nifty little latch, and that it also has something where you can carry it. Now, I didn't know that these actually came inside of them when I first bought them, but they have this little tray that you can take out, and then they have like these 3 little square pockets and then a huge one right here. So I got something that I didn't know I was going to get, which was pretty exciting when I found out. And then this is what it looks like inside. I'm going to be using these to store classroom supplies because what we do is the students bring in all their classroom supplies, and then I plan to give them a couple of each, and then anything we have in excess, I'm going to store them in bins so that when the kids need something, I can easily get to them. The next thing I'm going to talk about are these drawers that I found at Bed Bath & Beyond. What I like about them, they're the same color as these. I like the teal color. And then they have a drawer that you pull out like that. So these I'm going to be using for my Fun Friday centers to store them for when the kids are going to use them. The next thing I have from Michael's is this 3-tier rolling cart. It's actually one of the ones that the Letter to Classroom talked about in one of her videos, but I have a desk in my classroom, and unfortunately it doesn't have any drawers. And so I was hoping I could buy this one, and it would be, small enough where I could fit it underneath my desk. And unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be too big, but I can still put it behind my desk, and I can put my bag on one of the drawers. I can put a couple of notepads in there if I need them, and a couple of pens and pencils. And the last thing I have, which I was very excited to buy, is this is 8 drawers. It is one of these storage units from Michael's. Pocketful of Primary has one of these, and it was on sale today, 50% off. Now, normally, these are $130, and that's expensive. So I was able to get it today for $65, Plus, I got the teacher discount, and that made me a very happy teacher when I was able to buy that today. The last thing I'm going to talk about are some decorations for my classroom. Now, my theme for my classroom this year is going to be the Wizard of Oz. My team lead actually had it last year, but then she moved to 4th grade, and I told her, I was like, I really want your Wizard of Oz theme if you're not going to do it next year. And she let me have it, and I was so happy. So I got some extra things to add to the things she already gave me. So the first thing I got are these tablecloths. So what I plan to do with these is I have 2 bulletin boards in my room, and so I'm going to use these on the bulletin boards in my room because they'll look like Dorothy's skirt. The other things I got for decoration, I got these red metallic letters. I also got these gold metallic letters. I got 2 sets of the red metallic border. You can see it a little bit if I go like that. And I plan to use this with the tablecloths in my room. The letters I'm going to use for my bulletin boards, I think what I'm going to do this one for the one outside my classroom, and it's going to be the one where I show all the students' names, and it's going to say, we're off to 1st grade. And then I think I'm going to use these letters for my classroom library, but I'm still trying to decide on what to have my title be for my classroom library. I saw one that was Lions, Tigers, and Books Oh My, but I'm still kind of debating on what to do. So if you have any ideas and happen to see this video, let me know, please. Thank you. And the last thing I got were these different peel and stick felt pieces. So I got them, they're all glitter ones. So I got green for the Emerald City, red for the Poppy Field, and then gold for the Yellow Brick Road. Now, 2 of my team members had this idea, and the first one did it, the other one stole it, and then I stole it from the both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on the wall, that when you walk by my classroom, you see that wall, and then that's where I'm going to place all of my student work. And it's going to be really cute for once, and I'm not going to have a word wall there that I didn't use very often my first year because it was too high for me to put up all the words, but I'm going to fix that this year. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!